let anybody know about my symptoms. Well, maybe 8 months before I probably more like a year before I let anybody know about my symptoms, including myself. I just kept thinking, well, it's going to go away, it's going to go away. Not going to go into what they were, but anyway, I thought that sometime they would eventually go away. They didn't, and I was finally forced to go out to the E-room, and some great friends of mine, Jessica McDonald and Kate Spiller, two young girls who happen to be my friends from theater, all the theater I've done over the years. They actually physically lifted me up, carried me out of my house, put me in a car and took me out to the E-room, stayed with me the whole day while I was in the E-room, and which was quite a long time. And out there, my great good friend Bill Jennings kind of helped me along, and Dr. Houston came in and took care of me and started doing some tests, and they said, whoa, time for you to go to Springfield. So they sent me up to Springfield, to St. John's. Meanwhile, I was really kind of in a fog. I really wasn't aware of what was going on. I remember in the ambulance ride up there, I kept asking them to do something, but I don't remember what it was. Hi, Bird. And so I got up to Springfield. I was there for a week before they were going to do an exploratory surgery. The doctor said, who was Dr. Tarter, I don't know if any of you know him, any survivors that may have been in Springfield. Dr. Tarter's an incredible surgeon. And anyway, he came in and told me about that I was going to be having surgery in about a week, so I laid in bed and they got me all ready. They did the surgery. The next day after surgery, they came in and said that my body had gotten too cold. They tried to get into the bladder. It was my bladder that was a problem. And they tried to get into my bladder to see if the cancer was in there and how big it was and so on. Couldn't really do it because I got too cold and they had to stop the surgery. So I had to stay in the hospital for another week. And he told me that we would have to do another surgery to see exactly how bad it was and see whether he could do anything about the cancer in the bladder. So waited around another week. Finally, they did the second surgery, and the next day he came in and told me that it was the largest amount of cancer he'd ever seen, and that we were definitely going to have to do surgery. They were going to have to remove the bladder. And so that was, of course, quite a shock. And told me that there were a couple of options that I could follow, and that I would be sent home for about 6 weeks, and that I would kind of be waiting around during that 6-week time for the last final surgery, and they would bring me back up before that surgery and tell me the options. There were 2 different options of kinds of surgery I could have. And so I decided when I came home, I really didn't feel awful, but I did have 3 bags hanging on me. 2 for the kidneys and 1 somewhere else. And so I had to live with these 3 bags hanging on me for the next 6 weeks. And was really missing being in theater because at that time they were doing, what were they doing at that time? I can't remember now. Anyway, it was a musical that I really wanted to be in and couldn't be because I was doing this. So, oh, Peter Pan. So anyway, I decided that when I was going to be there for this 6 weeks, I was going to do everything I could possibly do, everything I could think of, everything anybody, all my friends, anybody came up with. I was going to try it, no matter what. And I talked to my doctor about it. I told him, I said, you know, I have some ideas and some people that have some ideas when I get home for kind of alternative healing and things. Would you care if I went ahead and tried something like that? And he said, no, that'd be great. I want you to do that. And he said, go for it. So I did. And I also want to mention that when I did come home, I had some very great friends that took care of me. B. Gardner, I don't know if any of you know B. Excuse me for my voice. Came down to my house and really took care of me, all my legal problems, and not really legal like a lawyer, but like learning what to do and how to take care of things. And meanwhile, my business was shut down because I couldn't be there, so I had to close the business, stop the business. And also the late, great Kathy Bora came by, and she would come in and cook for me and make sure that I was getting my medication every day, and a great lady she was, and I sure love her for that. And mentioned that I did shut the fireside down, and while I did, my girls that worked there actually went in on their own, remodeled all the bathrooms, repainted the place, redid everything on their own time, their own money. And they weren't even working, because we were going to be off for, if everything worked out fine, for many months. So my hat's off to them. Actually, it's still on. Anyway, they were great. I really appreciated them. Plus Adam King, another good buddy of mine, came in and house sat and dog sat. I want to thank Adam for that. Also want to thank Dr. Tom Ritchie, who's not here in Alma anymore, but he's a great guy. And also the Presbyterian Church was wonderful to me. They came by and they remodeled a lot of my house, my kitchen floor. They put on new doors on the house, helped me with a leak that was in my roof. They were just tremendous. So again, I want to thank the Presbyterian Church very much, and many other church groups that have put me in their prayers. Thank you so much. Anyway, at that time I decided to use everything I could do, and here are some of the techniques that I tried. One, of course, was meditation. I used a meditation technique every day, 3 times a day. I used prayer every day. I used acupuncture. I went to Dr. Tom Ritchie for acupuncture. I used something called MMS drops, which are drops that are not that well known about, but I found out about them and got them in and used them. They're to detox your body, clean you out. I mean, they really completely clean the body out. As a matter of fact, they clean it so good that I could hit the stool in the bathroom from the living room. They're great drops. Anyway, also I got on the flaxseed diet, and I know I've talked to many people that have done that. It's a very popular diet. The lady, I can't remember her name now, the lady from Germany that won many awards for this anti-cancer diet, all about flaxseed oil or seeds. We ground them up. We did a flaxseed everything. All day long I ate flaxseed. And a lot of juicing. I did juicing over and over and over. I did something called no-touch healing. There's some nurses in Albany that do that, and in Robinson there's a lady in Champaign that does it. It's incredible. It's very good. Also got a special water purifier that not only purifies the water, but it changes the pH of the water, makes it more alkaline so that it's better for your body to heal and to take care of yourself. And I also had found out about a incredible psychologist in Hawaii. His name is Dr. Hu Lin. And Dr. Hu Lin is a psychologist, like I said, who was brought into a facility for the criminally insane. And he was asked to be their overseer there. He went in and literally cured the entire hospital for the criminally insane. I don't remember what the time period was, but anyway, cured the entire hospital without touching them, seeing them, talking to them, or anything, but by using the Hawaiian prayer called Ho'oponopono. And it's incredible. He used it, and I learned how to use it, so I started practicing that.